Right. We need to know this off by heart. Okay, off by heart. Sophia, beautiful. Mass is always measured in kilograms, right? Kilograms. And we have to convert. This one, make sure you know that, because in chemistry it's different. In chemistry, they like to use grams. So make sure you know in physics it has to be in kilograms. Good job. And I've messed that around already. So the symbol is kg, and what we call it is the kilogram. Yeah, beautiful. What else we know? Yeah, beautiful. Capital N. Remember, it has to be a capital N, and that one stands for newtons. Nice. So I'm going to be really picky on you guys today about your symbols, right? If you write a little n, and Lena, I'm so sorry, but if you write a little n, you will not get the mark in physics. Does anyone know why? Especially if you triple, Dawn as well, Janet, Non. What is little n used for in physics? Why can't you use it for newtons? So what is little n used for in physics? Yeah, A, thank you, nano. So little n stands for nano in physics, especially if you're in triple, you need to know this. What is a nano, or what is a nanometer? What size is that? Does anyone know? Yeah, Zachariah, Cookie, beautiful. Donald, beautiful. Ben7, good job. Dawn, Nando's? Not exactly. Bit early to be eating chicken, no? Yeah, Nando's, 1 times 10 to the power of -9. So if you're doing triple, you need to know that. If you're doing the combined paper, that's just something that you need to be aware of. You need to recognize. Yeah, aware of or recognize. It's up as low as it goes, so it might just be your speakers. Let me just turn your speakers up there. Rip Hizzy. Yeah, so foundation, higher, combined. Everybody needs to know all of this purple off by heart. So anything in this purple box, off by heart. Yeah. Right, what about weight? What unit do we measure weight in? Perry, what unit do we measure weight in? Bella, good. Adam, good. Farouk, good job. Weight causes some people a bit of bother, and I see some people doing it here. Remember, nothing in physics is in little g. Nothing in physics is little g. Never have a little g. I've seen quite a few little g's here. Little g is only in chemistry. Capital, kilograms of physics. Think about physics, we use those really large objects, right? So really large objects like cars. No, yeah, so weight is measured in newtons. So really nice job. Weight is measured in newtons. Just because I saw little g's, it's never little g. Weight is measured in newtons, and newtons is a capital N. A lot of people mess up this one, so just star that or highlight it. Weight is the downward force due to gravity. Weight is a downward force due to gravity. So just make sure that we're starring that one, highlight that one. Just remember in your head, anytime you say weight, you think it's a downward force due to gravity, so it has to be a capital N. Rafan, just be careful, remember little n stands for nano. Yashi, yes it is. Weight is a downward force. Yeah, weight is a downward force. Because Lena, they are the same thing. Weight is just a way of saying a downward force. So yeah, you need to recognize that both of them are the same. So I put them there to make sure we're aware. Pranav, yeah, nice. Distance is measured in meters. Yeah, Noah, nice. Meters, and meters is a small m. Yeah, good job. Meters, yeah, Jacob, good. Meters is a small m. Yeah, good job. Yep, good job, Masson. Thank you. Time is measured in seconds. Beautiful. Time is measured in seconds. And then something we need to be aware of, if they give it to us in minutes, we need to make sure we convert into seconds. Remember, to get from minutes to seconds, we just multiply by 60, right? There's 60 seconds in 1 minute. Yep, nice, guys. Okay, what about speed? Yeah, Rid, good job. Speed is going to be in meters per second. Good job. So it's a meters per second. A meters divided by a second. Yeah, good, beautiful, good job. And the reason it's that is because remember the equation for speed, if we want to calculate someone's speed, we do their distance they travel divided by their time. Remember, distance is measured in meters. Time, we said, was measured in seconds. So that's why it's a meter/second, right? It's a meters per second. Banana is a really good question. We're going to come to that in a second. So actually, we'll do it now, Banana. Banana just asked there, what's the difference in a speed and a velocity? Can anyone remember? It's more of a paper 2 topic. So it's something that come up in paper 2, but just because it was asked there, what's the difference in speed and velocity? So what's the difference in speed and velocity? Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, nice. Good job. Jack, nice. James, nice. Kitty, good job. Yeah, brilliant. Good job. So speed begins with S. Speed is our scalar quantity. So that's paper 2. So remember what a scalar means is a scalar only has a magnitude. Olivia, beautiful. Whereas a velocity is a vector. Both of them begin with V, and it's got a magnitude. Remember, magnitude is just a fancy way of saying size, and it has a direction. So that's a bit of paper 2 stuff. So that's what we're going to do later on this evening, okay? So we're going to go over that later on this evening. Okay, so current, what we're saying about current, what is the unit for current? Yeah, Pippa, good job, amperes. Good job. And we use a capital A. So you can say amps if you want. Amps is fine. Just make sure you know it's a capital A. Yeah, beautiful. Capital A. Yeah, rafam, beautiful. Okay, what about charge? What unit do we measure in charge? There's a nice equation to help you remember this one. Good job, winner. Nice. Emma, nice. Thomas, nice. Yes, beautiful, guys. Brilliant. Yeah, it's coulombs. Coulombs. My spelling is atrocious, but that's just one you kind of want to learn how to spell coulombs. Okay, and coulombs is Fatima, good job. It's a capital C. Yeah, Pranav, good. And if any of you watched any of the TikToks I made, I said the easy way to remember this is to remember the equation Q equals IT. So I know you get given the formula sheet, but it's nice to remember this. Vanny, thank you. So Q stands for charge, and we say the way to learn it is like the queen. So when I was in high school, the queen was in charge of the country. Yeah, Bella, the queen is the it girl, right? So if someone is the it girl, they are cool. So because the queen is the it girl, she is cool. So that's why it's measured in coulombs. The queen was in charge of the country. So that's why Q stands for charge. Yeah, Kezia, that's good too. Kezia, hello. I think I remember you from the summer school, right? So the queen was in charge of the school. So if someone's in charge, pardon me, the queen was in charge of the country. So that's why Q stands for charge. She was the it girl, the cool girl. So that's why it's measured in coulombs. Yeah. Picovids, no worries. That's why we're revising it, right? Yeah, beautiful, guys. Good job. V, potential difference, is measured in the unit of volts. Beautiful. And we write volts with a capital V. Volts with capital V. Good job. Current is that letter I there. So current is our letter I, and charge there is our letter coulombs. See, they're just different things. Current tells us how much charge flows. Current is how when we got charge. So things that are charged. Actually, you guys tell me something you know that's got a charge. What do you know that's got a charge? Someone asked what's different than current and charge. What is it? Tell me something that's got charge. Yeah, ions has got charge. Yeah, your phone's got charge. Give me some in physics. Good job. Electrons, protons, beautiful. So electrons, what charge do electrons have? That was nice. What charge do electrons have? Yeah, Ryan, nice. What charge do we need to learn that electrons all have? Yeah, guys, look at that. Fab. Yeah, nice. Yeah, cam vibes, nice. Look nice. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful, guys. Electrons got a charge of -1. Just be careful with that. Charge of -1. So what charge is it's measured in coulombs, right? So charge is telling us about things have charge. Current is when we get those charges to move. So when those electrons are moving, that's when we get current. So current is when those charges are moving. Yeah. Okay, nice. I saw loads of people say that resistance is measured in ohms. That was beautiful. Fame. Resistance is measured in ohms, and cube core, beautiful. Yeah. We use a Greek letter. So yeah, it's kind of cool in physics. You've learned some Greek vocab. So Greek letter is ohms. So it's like omega. So you see here, it's like omega. It's like a Greek letter for ohms. Yeah, Ikra, beautiful. I don't know how you type that in the chat. That's impressive that you could get a Greek letter in the chat. But yeah, it's ohms. Ohms. So it's omega. Good job. So ohms, omega. So a bit of Greek language, you know now. Energy, beautiful. We all know is measured in joules. Nice one. Again, we have to know. How do I write joules in my test? Yeah, beautiful. Nice. Jacob, nice. Cookie, nice. Nava, nice. Zara, beautiful. Good job. Remember, it has to be that capital J. It has to be a capital J. If you write a small j, sorry to pick on you, a few people there, like good, sorry, but it can't be that small j. You will not get the marks if you do a small j. It has to be a capital J. So I know some of you might just be like, oh, miss, come on, I'm just typing J in the keypad. I didn't hit capital letter, but just get in the habit of hitting that capital letter in your keypad, yeah. Barak, nice, good job. Power is measured in watts. And we use a capital W for that one. Nice. Yeah. Watts, Eden, good job. Yeah. Kezia, watts, nice. Harry, watts, nice. Good job. And then what's frequency in? Ah, good job, Tazine. Frequency is measured in hertz. Hertz. Yeah, nice cube core. And we use that with a capital H. Somebody writing a small h has to be a capital H and has to be a small z for hertz. Hertz. Just a quick revision. What is the frequency of all UK electricity? What is it? Oh, I'm Rick. It's like you knew exactly what I was about to ask. However, your unit is wrong. Be careful. It can't be a small h. Yeah, frequency I asked for. Some of you are putting in 230. That's not what I asked for. I asked for the frequency. The frequency is 50 hertz. Good job. Some of you writing in 230. What is 230 for? 230 is not the frequency. What is 230 for? My head was in the way there, sorry. So the frequency of all UK homes is 50 hertz. What is 230? Good job. 230 is the voltage of all UK homes. So the voltage of all UK homes is 230. Yeah, and we're going to revise that later today as well. Okay, how do we write area? So sometimes you might have to do area, especially doing triple. So how do you write area? It's more of a maths thing as well. Yeah, Pranav, it's a meters squared. So again, it's more if you're doing triple, if you're doing pressure is force divided by area. But again, it's good to know. And volume could be something we do when we do density. What is volume measured in? There's two things you could tell me here. Good job. You can say meters cubed, or what else do we use volume in when we're doing density? So you could say meters cubed. Or what else do we use when we're doing that density practical? So if I was doing a density practical and asked you to measure the volume of a liquid, what piece of equipment do we use? Liters is a bit big. Liters is like a milk jar, the liter. You're close with liters. Yeah, as a Eureka can might be used. Might use a measuring cylinder. That's good. Yeah, beautiful. There we go. Yeah, Surya. Yeah, beautiful. It's milliliters. Milliliters. Because there's two different ones there you can use for volume. We can use a milliliter or we can use a meter cubed. And remember, somebody talked there about that Eureka can or that measuring cylinder. Okay. So there we go. That's everything in one go. Please make sure you revise this. Okay. So this is something just to make sure. I would highly recommend you print it, you take a picture of it, or you've copied it in your work pack and you stick it up in your wall and you just cover the answers and just make sure you practice it all the time to make sure you get all your units, right? Because units are coming up all the time now. Jack, yeah, we're going to go over that stuff today. Yeah, we're going to go over that today. Ethan, that's a chemistry one. That's a chemistry one.